Hello and welcome to your weekly technical update, your guide to the charts that matter this week. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, for a broader Australian market outlook, we caught up with Violeta Todorova from Leverage Shares, who's bullish in the medium term and sees the potential for a rally towards 9,000 points by the end of the year.
However, in the short term, I'm noticing a bearish divergence between the price action and the RSI indicator, which suggests that we are likely to see a pullback in the short term to around 8,435 points, which is a previous support, which if gets broken, it will extend the short-term pullback. However, by that point, we will unwind the overbought momentum conditions we are seeing currently, and then I'm expecting another good rally, especially toward the end of the year. So I'm very comfortable buying on weakness.
While gold has consolidated in the past few weeks, its precious metal cousin silver has made impressive gains. Violeta Todorova is bullish on the underlying commodity. Here's her take on a couple of locally listed silver stocks.
And we've seen the stock trading for about 3 years in a very tight range between 7 cents and 33 cents. Finally, that key resistance was broken on the upside, suggesting that the previous downtrend is finally over, which points to a strong uptrend unfolding in the next couple of years. But for 2025, I see a potential of the stock trading to 60, potentially 70 cents. And in 2026, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the stock trying to notch $1. However, in the short term, we've reached strongly overbought momentum conditions, and I think we are going to see a pullback in the short term, which will provide a great entry for investors. So I'm looking at around 36 cents as a buying opportunity. Oh, this stock has been trading in a very strong uptrend over the long term, and the uptrend appears very consistent. Momentum is consistent as well. So I'm expecting to see a short-term pullback to around $5.20, which will provide us with a great buying opportunity. And by the end of 2025, I think the stock can easily trade to around $6.50, potentially $7. However, again, I'm very bullish on silver, and I think in 2026, we are going to see substantially higher price levels.
Jonathan Takadina from NBC Markets has looked at ways to get locally listed exposure to digital assets as companies add assets such as Bitcoin to their corporate treasuries. Here he analyses Block, which is listed locally as XYZ.
You can actually, trade Bitcoin, use Bitcoin as payments via their Lightning network. That network has actually been in place for about a year now, but they've just recently released it to merchants. So now merchants can actually receive and send Bitcoin on very, very low cost on the Lightning network. Now, the thing is, Block is actually facilitating that network, and they also have just been included into the S&P 500. So that inclusion was last week, and that's why we saw the jump. But the thing is, fundamentally, they are the driver's seat for the next sort of payment system. So if we're going to see more stablecoin issuance, more Bitcoin being used for actual transaction, Block is the way to play it. And just being included on the S&P means that it is now part of the bluest of the blue chips, and it is the way to actually get exposure to this, so that crypto payments world.
That's it for this week's edition of The Chance to Watch. Join us for more technical talk next week. Happy trading.